Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Matthew 24:35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. It's time to wake up and repent, giving all praises, glory, and honor to YAHAWAH, BaHaShem, YAHAWASHI, BaHaShem RAWCHAA QADASH. And that's saying Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, and Yahweh. And YAHAWASHI is the name of his beloved Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ and Yeshua. And RAWCHAA QADASH is the name of the Holy Spirit, all in the ancient Hebrew tongue, Galatians 1 Qadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim out here pushing his word in sincerity, truth, and in faith. Okay, I have another lesson, and I'm going to entitle it probably, This is Why. This is why we're going through it. Okay, because I have this young lady right here. She's inquiring, why are we as so-called black people, so-called African Americans, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans are going through these turmoils and getting treated harshly by all nations. Okay, and it's a simple reason. All right. One reason why, because we broke the laws, statutes, and the commandments of Yahweh by Shem Yahawashi, whom he only gave unto the Israelites. Okay? These people out here talking about, that there's salvation for everybody. How can everybody get salvation, but everybody didn't go through the tribulation that the Israelites went through, or that are going through right now? Okay? But quick to say and want to save all nations, but all nations did not come to our aid, are not coming to our aid. Okay? The Kyrie Irving just posted a video hinting at the fact that we are Israelites. Now it's a big uproar. He's suspended, okay, for just doing that. But yet they could kill us in the street, all right? Discriminate against us, all right? Do all types of atrocities to us, and nobody has anything to say. Okay, nobody. All right? So let's play it. I don't want to rant too much.
What exactly did black people do? What exactly did we do? What exactly did black people ever do? Like, I'm genuinely asking, what did we ever do to deserve anti-blackness in every single community? We were brought over here in chains. We were beat, raped, and murdered. We fought for our freedom just to end up with Jim Crow and segregation and being lynched by the KKK. We were segregated into our own communities, then denied jobs, denied funding for our schools. You kill our black men, then make fun of us for not having fathers. You dehumanize and demonize and kill our black women, and nobody bats an eye. What exactly did black people do? What exactly did we do? What exactly did black people ever do?
Okay. This is what you did right here. Okay. And for all you Israelites out there that don't want to claim Israel, okay, you don't want to be a special people unto the Lord. You want everybody to be special. Okay? This is for you too. Okay? Deuteronomy chapter 28. The first verses 1 through 14 list the blessings. If we would keep the commandments, what would happen? Okay? But 15 through 68 outlines what would happen if we would not keep the commandments. All right? which were only given to the Israelites. All right. No other nation has a part in this. All right. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore will I punish you for your iniquities. Okay. Okay. The Lord outlined it well. Okay. He has not dealt so with any nation. And as for his statutes and his laws, they didn't know them because he didn't give it to them, the other nations. But our people are so quick to try to put other nations in this thing, man. Okay? So low self-esteem. You want to get, be politically correct to fit in so nobody will say nothing bad about you. Forget them, man. All right? Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahawah thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. That's what happened. All right. And it's just going to list them. 16. Curse shall thy be in the city, and curse shall thy be in the field. Curse shall be thy basket and thy store. Curse shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thine kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Curse shall thy be when thou comest in. Curse shall thy be when thou goest out. Okay, when you born, you curse. When you die, you curse. The Lord Yahawah shall send upon thee these cursings. The Lord Yahawah shall send upon thee cursings, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do. So everything we try to do is cursed until thou be destroyed and until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doings. Okay, there it is, the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he has consumed thee from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. The Lord Yahawah shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with the blasting, and with mildew, and with slot, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. Okay, these are all curses, man. The Lord cursed us in every aspect of life, man. Keep going. Let's see. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. The Lord Yahawah shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. The Lord Yahawah shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shalt be removed into all kingdoms of the earth. Okay, so the Lord scattered us into all nations. All right. And thy carcasses shall be meat unto all the fowl of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. Okay, that big feast is coming that the Lord promised the birds. Okay. The Lord Yahawah will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emerods, and with scabs, and with the itch, whereof thou cannot be healed. Emerods is hemorrhoids. The Lord Yahawah shall smite thee with madness, and blindness, and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Hear that? You want to know why? That's why. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Okay, we built a White House. Do we have any say-so in that house? No. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes. Thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face, and shalt not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Okay, slavery, man. And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Okay, can't do anything against these curses. All right, against the men that the Lord brings against, okay, the nation of Israel. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away always, okay, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. The Lord Yahawah shall smite thee in the knees, in the legs, with a sore botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. The Lord Yahawah shall bring thee and thy king which thou set over thee unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. Okay, that has come to pass. King Mashah, okay, King David was over here with us, all right? In a nation over here which we don't know these damn Edomites over here. We didn't know them like that, okay? And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations whither the Lord shall lead thee. Okay? And that's what she was like. We get it from all nations, from all people. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shalt gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it. Thou shalt plant a vineyard and dress them, but shalt neither drink of the wine, nor gather the grapes, for the worm shall eat them. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all thy coasts, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with the oil, for thine olive shall cast his fruit. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Man. All thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. The stranger that is within thee shall get up over thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Okay, all these nations among us are very high, and we are very low. Okay, that's why it's so easy for them to do the things that they do to us, because there's no power in our hands. There's no might. There's no one to fight for us. There's no one to say, oh, look what they did. Let's cancel him. Let's cancel them. Okay? For whatever they do to us. It don't matter. Remember Natasha Harley? The Korean woman shot her in the store, just killed her over some damn juice. Shot her and killed her. Okay? Where's the outcry? Okay? Did they cancel the Koreans? All right? No. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the Lord, the voice of the Lord, thy power, YAHAWAH BAHASHIM YAHAWASHI, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Okay, so now that goes to show who the Israelites are. That's a sign. These curses, these small hats, do they have these curses upon them? Okay, no, because they could say a word and then get you canceled. We can't say anything. Kanye was up there talking about, I can say anything I wanted, and these won't cancel me. And then the next day he was canceled. They took his shit. Okay? All right? It says, because thou servest not the Lord Yahawah thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in dark, and nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. Okay, you look up yoke of iron, and what people come up? Okay, slavery comes up. No other people come up but the so-called Negroes. All right? It says, and that's not discrediting the other tribes as well. Okay, the Latinos and the Native Americans. Okay, I'm sure they had yoke of iron on their neck too. Okay. It say, the Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. Okay, and we know that the eagle represents Esau in this time. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Okay, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the persons of the old, nor show favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed. See, the Lord destroyed us, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thine kind, or the flock of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until thy high fences walls come down. Okay, it's the season of Jerusalem, 70 A.D., where thou trusted throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord Yahawah Shem Yahushai thy power hath given thee. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body. Okay, cannibalism. The flesh of thine sons and the flesh of thy daughter, which the Lord thy power hath given thee. That has already happened, and it's going to happen again. Okay, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee. 70 A.D. But it's going to happen again. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother. And that's happening now. And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave, so that he will not give any of them to the flesh of his children, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat, because he hath nothing left him in the siege, and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates. Okay, that's coming. It's coming again. It happened before, and it's going to happen again. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. Okay, and we see that is so prevalent. Okay, I was just watching the video from Elder Manasseh Zakba, and he had these two Jake women and this one dude, they talking about we're not Hebrew Israelites. Okay, just hating on us, talking about you men walking around here talking about y'all Hebrew Israelites. You're not the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, just hating for no reason. It says, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for one of all things secretly in the siege and straitness. Okay, where's little Johnny? Where he at? I ain't seen him in a minute. And then she burped. Okay. Wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates, if thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, thy power. Then the Lord Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance, man. Okay, Lord put us through this thing, man. We've been going through it for a long time. These words, okay, that's why I read the first verse, that Isaiah 55:11. So shall my words be that go forth from my mouth; they shall not return unto me void. These words that the Lord spoke came to pass. Okay? And continues to come to pass. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wasn't afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, then will the Lord Yahawah bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. And ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, thy power. And it shall come to pass that, as the Lord Yahawah rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord Yahawah will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught. And ye shall be plucked from off the land where thou goest to possess it. And the Lord Yahawah shall scatter thee among all the people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shall thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord Yahawah shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. Okay, this is what goes on every day over here. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were eve, and at eve thou shalt say, would God it were morning. For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Okay? These things have come to pass. All right? That's why she wanted to know why are we. Let's listen to her again. Why she said?
What exactly did black people do?
What did we do?
What exactly did we do? What exactly did black people ever do? Like, I'm genuinely asking, what did we ever do to deserve anti-blackness in every single community?
Every single community. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to end it right there. All right. Lord willing, it was edifying, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to you, Akim. We have to speak the kingdom of heaven into existence on a daily, man. We're almost out of this piece. Lord willing, it was an edifying lesson. Until the next time, I want to say shalom.